Mm. Okay, let's do this. It's been a while, and a lot has happened, or not really. Not a lot has happened, but I've been. When you're learning how to trade, even though you put in thousands of hours, which I'm at now, I'm at like maybe close to 5,000 hours, I would say, at learning. You get these light bulb moments when you're like, oh shit, everything is comes together, and then you stay with that theory for a while, and then you're like, no, something's missing. But it's still, you're on the way, but something's still missing. And then a few weeks, a few months pass, and maybe you go into a dark hole, and you feel like it's there's no way out of there, and that it's at those low moments that you really, this cheeky saying, back to the wall. You like really clawing yourself through the data and like, oh, where is it? The thing that I'm looking for, that final piece, and then you find another one, and then 1,000 hours later, you find something else that binds those two light bulbs together with the third light bulb, and now close to 5,000 hours. The other day, I had this light bulb moment that I feel like was the one, the one. Does not mean I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow by any means. I'm really broke right now, living expenses and not making money trading. Um, but I think that light bulb really connected everything together, and I can form a strategy around, first of all, day trading intraday, because I don't have so much money, so intraday is the way to go. But find those what do you call them? Fuck man, what is it called? High opportunity, not opportunity, like high conviction plays where you can risk a lot of size, but you can quickly, as the trade maybe works, you can quickly raise the stop to basically break even when it's obvious that it's working. You're already in from a lower level. It's not like it's not just buying and hoping. It is waiting for your signal, of course, but it's a different kind of signal that I've been using before, which wasn't really working in this market. And this is scalable because I've looked at, like right now there's a bull market in the large caps, not in the small caps. So let's just look at a daily chart here. Here's Microsoft. Had a 60% run from the January lows. Google, 60% run. Nvidia. Oh, look at how strong Nvidia was. It bottomed in October. All the other stocks bottomed in January. Here. And this one made a higher low, and that's why it showed relative strength to the rest of the market, but it's up. It was up 350% from the lows. And I was looking at these charts, and I'm like, wait. I mean, I know that it's the same patterns, but I've been having trouble as to like which time frame should I be looking at, But then I realized something, and I checked all the stocks, the large caps, and all the trades I've done, and not all the trades, but some of them, using this new like idea of thinking, and I'm like, whoa, it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over. It's the same thing, but of course you need momentum in the market, and that's why it's not really working with the small caps now, which is why I'm taking trades, and I'm trying to trail this stop loss, but the trade just makes a weak new high and then rolls over because there's no momentum. So basically you're in a downtrend or a consolidation. And of course, if you look at the small cap index here in the US, we've used bear market sideways for almost 2 years now. So it explains why, of course, we had periods of a month here and there where it's been a lot of opportunities. Where I'm going with this. So anyhow, I looked through a bunch of charts yesterday, and I realized this, which is, I'm not gonna say anything, but I just realized something that it felt like everything just came together. And again, it's something that I can use on a 15-minute chart, and it's something that I can use on a 1 month chart. It's the same thing, exact same thing, where you can enter a position with high conviction, so you can increase your risk on that position, but it's not like you're gonna, the risk is the wiggle room, and you're just gonna wait for your confirmation. You get like a triple confirmation from different time frames, and then you enter, and you enter with a bigger position size than usual, but you have this wiggle room. But as soon as, if this trade starts working, which, if you have this many ways of confirmation, usually these plays don't just go down from your entry. They just, if they fail, they kind of just make a weak new pop, and then they roll over later. It's not guaranteed, but I've seen it so much now that I'm thinking that, okay, you can get into those high conviction plays with a higher risk, a wide wiggle room risk, but you can quickly raise your stop, because I've seen the same thing so many times now. But it all depends on the time frame, which is super important. You have to identify which time frame the chart is respecting. So whenever I'm gonna be swing trading in the future, I'll use the maybe monthly, weekly, and daily, or the weekly, daily 1 hour, or the 4 hour. But now day trading, I found that the lowest I want to go is the 15-minute chart, because it gets rid of a lot of noise, but only if there's a play on the daily chart. If the daily chart has momentum and is showing signs of strength, then you can drill down to like a 4-hour chart once you get your confirmation. And once you get the confirmation on the 4-hour chart, you go to the 1-hour chart. And when you get the confirmation on the 1-hour chart, you can go to the 50-minute chart. So you can get in on the 50-minute chart with a lot of size, risking, the bigger chart, because the odds of this just going straight down from your entry is very low. So it's a high conviction play. But as soon as maybe the chart starts working, you can quickly raise your stop on the higher time frame. And and then if the chart goes higher, when it's obvious for the majority that it's going higher, you're already in with like a 1 hour stop loss, or break even stop loss with a lot of size, because you took the early signs, got in with a lot of size, wide risk, which means those few times, since it's a high conviction play, those few times when it doesn't work, you're gonna take a bigger loss. But since it's higher conviction, I think the win rate is gonna be higher. And most of the times, if the trade doesn't work, you're gonna get out for break even, because, like I said, these plays usually, they try to go from this level of your entry, they try to go, but then they just can't go higher and slowly roll over. And that's when you're already in from a lower price, and now your stop loss is break even. So even though you're in with this massive size, hopefully if it's a failed trade, you're just gonna get out for break even, pretty much. And this is what I've seen, and I've tried this. I haven't really tried it in action. I've just looked at so many charts. I mean, I've been looking at charts from early morning to late, nights, like 2-3 a.m. I've just been back testing this in my mind over and over and over again, and I've seen the same things. Of course, it doesn't work on every chart. You need some basic idea of the overall market, where the money is flowing, if it's flowing into large caps or if it's flowing into small caps. You need this big understanding of the stock market, and then you can choose and pick your place depending on where you think the momentum is. So this is what I've seen, and I got this, like I said, insanely big light bulb, and it felt like the other 1,000 light bulbs I've had in the last 2 years, almost 5,000 hours of studying, that they all just came together. So we'll see. I haven't been uploading in a while just because I felt like it was nothing new. I was just doing the same thing, the scanner, and I'm doing the same thing today, but I have a new thinking. So I want to document this, and hopefully try it for a while if I have any cash left, if I can survive. And otherwise, I'm just gonna have to get a few jobs and start again later. So let's go through the place. It's 30 minutes. And what I like to do now is that, I already knew this a while back, but I didn't want to realize it. So looking at all the indexes, you can see, of course, when it's a short-term uptrend and it goes into a downtrend. So basically, I just want to, for holding things overnight, I want to wait until we're closing days above, this green line. And it doesn't mean, like here, it's still falling, so it's not a proper one. But once this one is, if this price gets over this area, then I'll be, if I see setups, I might be more keen on holding them overnight if it looks really good and I'm in profits. But right now I'm looking at this as, okay, it's a day trader's market right now, and take your profits and get the hell away. This is my thinking right now. So with that said, let's just go through. Let's go for the pre-market scanners. Oh, there's nothing today. Huh. That's quite interesting though. Okay. Oh, nice gap up. Okay. I've been watching this for so long, just waiting for something to happen, but it's just slowly grinding lower, but now it's gapping up with some nice volume so far. And it's waiting for something more there. So let's add this to, this one is already here. MDAI, but this one is going to be interesting today. Yes, MDAI. Zap. Nah. So this one, for example, it's gapping up. It had nice volume yesterday. But this one is gonna take time, if anything. It's gonna take at least until, later tonight, or maybe perhaps tomorrow, if anything. But it just, these wicks, I don't like it. So I'm just gonna mark it for now, and if it shows up in the other scanner today. This one was super interesting. Happened yesterday, gap up. I've been watching this, but I haven't had conviction in this bigger term breakout place. But this one, it gapped up over this moving average, and it the 5-minute breakout was insane. But you can also see it on the 15 minutes, where according to my new thinking is that I could get in at the 55 level when it triggered, and this time it worked. I didn't buy it, just watch it. I thought it was interesting to see some follow through, and I was gapping up, which is actually insane. It's so fun to see some plays actually having a trend going higher. I haven't seen those so much. So I already know this one. I'm just gonna mark it as maybe, let's say, blue. NXU. No, same here. If anything, it's gonna be later tonight or tomorrow, but just looking at the chart, it doesn't look very, very bright. So I'm just gonna mark. I'm not interested today, but if it gets over this area, I'll be interested, maybe, not today, but sometime in the future. Okay, so I'm actually quite confused. There's only 4 gappers today. That's really little, but one of them looks so nice. So we'll see if this one sets up. And then going back to my other things that I've just been watching. Let's see here. Let's go up here. Nothing. It's too slow for me anyway. I doubt it's gonna have an insane move. This gap up, I traded it this day in here and made a nice gain, but then it just slowly chopped. And this is if you have big money, you can swing trade this one, but the entry was way back. Swedish stock. Ooh. If I was trading the Swedish market, I would be very interested in this one. Maybe, let's see here. Thursday. Yeah, either tomorrow or on next week. It's really close. If it's gonna go tomorrow or on Friday. I mean Monday. But I'm not trading the Swedish market. I'm just watching it to see how they move. Nothing here. Nothing. This one I'm just watching for a first green day. Usually has some really nice moves. I'm just waiting for it to get to the 30-cent area. So nothing, nothing. Ocean Pal, huh. Interesting. This is according to the old way I would trade, and this would have been my entry if it triggered. It didn't trigger, no. Oh no. Let's see. No, it never triggered. It triggered in pre-market or after hours, but no. So it never triggered. But it is interesting though if it comes back here. I would like to know when that happens. Then I would find a setup on like the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart. Nothing here, but I would like to know if it comes back over here. But then again, at this point in time, I'm not trading these, even though if it sets up nicely, because I have so little money that it's not worth it. It's better to wait for that once every other day, every other week day trade. You can put in a lot of size with high conviction plays. It's also Swedish one that broke out yesterday. Let's see, they closed there. Here, came under. Yeah, it popped late day. So if anything, this is where I would have entered. Let's see here. 767. Yeah, here. Then again, yeah. On this candle would have been the entry if I played it, but I didn't. I'm just talking, so it doesn't really matter. But it's fun to see that things are actually going higher. Yeah, right. I'm watching this for another type of first green day, bouncing off this green line, but it's actually looking quite nice right now. I would be interested in this one if it pops over here, and then I would buy the 15-minute high of the day if it happens. But then again, it's a slower mover and it's showing too much weakness. So I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, here, look. I said first green day over here, but it never triggered. First 15-minute high. So he's kept on going. I'm gonna get to a play later which triggered yesterday. First green day where it worked. So it's super interesting to see this one. Also the pattern it formed, this little kind of flag breakdown. So now I guess this is still the area that I'm interested in, but not today. This one I'm waiting for first green day. If it falls below this this area, I would love to see like 2 days of red and then maybe get a bounce, 15% bounce or something. This one I was just watching. The entry would have been here on this day, but it's so liquid that usually I like to see these. If I see the trigger on the daily, I would love to zoom in and get a more confirmation on a lower time frame, but this one is slowly grinded up. So it's again not something that I want to trade, but it's just fun to see the price action. Recent IPO it looks like, breaking new highs, so this one will be fun to see what it does. Nothing. Ooh, this one is looking good. Also very illiquid. Just doesn't have too much price structure. It's, you know, all these tradable non-trading hours in between. So I don't know. But if I were to trade this one, I would wait for either if a day closes in this range and the perk next day, and I'll find a what do you say, a shorter term time frame entry, but I'm not trading it, so let's go down. Whew. Interesting consolidation. Also something that's like super liquid, I don't know. It is holding up. Just gonna put an alarm here. If it triggers this day, let's see, at 3:56, 57. Yes. Then let's take a look at it, but right now I don't really care. This one is added to the list because it was a split. I don't know. Nothing. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, it was pre-market. Or after hours. Or was it? No. Was this yesterday? Huh. That's super interesting. Wow. It did actually go there. 46. Oh. Oh wow. Nice average daily range. I like that it's chilling up here. But it's too, I don't think it's gonna work. Too much of a pop and too much sideways. It has to come down, I'd say. Or if it just keeps grinding it for weeks, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna fall down to the 325 area, maybe. So even though it looks quite nice, you know, as like a sort of a flag breakout here, it's it lost momentum in my opinion. So not really interested. My new type of setup is not valid on this one. It would be played on the weekly and it's too far away, so it has too much air underneath it. MTMB, I don't know, it's just choppy crap. So it came back, and I guess I would be interested if it pops over here. This one will be interesting to on Monday. This one I will remove. Absolutely crap. This is a scary one when the first green day doesn't work. So let's see if it actually triggered. I would be looking on this day. The 15-minute high. Never triggered. I love seeing this, seeing that my theory on the first green day holds. Because I would be all into this above this candle, but it never triggered. So that's nice. And we'll get to a play very soon, which was also a first green day that worked really well. This one is interesting. I saw it. I've been stalking this one for weeks. And then I saw it, let's see here, at 234. I was interested in it. And it would have been a nice trade. Again, hindsight. I didn't risk anything, so I didn't take it because I'm trading, day trading right now. But it's fun to see that it worked. But it came back, so it was a weak perk. No follow through. This is a weird one. Really weird. I can see why. We need a weekly close above here. Actually, it would be... Nah. No. Well, I guess I'll put it on alarm here. It would be interesting if it comes over. Hubsy, Hubsy, Hubsy. One of those first green days that I missed. Let's see, on both of these. This day as well, when it came back. Nice. So this initially I would have had an order sitting here, I guess, but then as this chart came lower, I think I would watch it, and I would be really interested here. 1630 would be super interesting. And this is one of those high conviction plays. If it triggers again, that I have a hard set risk here, but I'm quickly gonna raise the stop loss if the new highs are taken out, and then trail it by the 50-minute. This time it would have worked. I never traded it, but I looked at it. I missed it. What is this? Ugh. Let's actually get rid of this. M and Y. I don't know. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, I think, I mean, something like this, if it's ever gonna be under my criteria, I'm gonna find it on a volume scanner in a few weeks, 2 months, no point in watching it now. ATHX, delisted. I love seeing this, that it's a reminder that if you are unsure of the setup, or if you're in with too much size, even though it's going your way, you should, if you're in with too much size, depending on your account level, you should be very careful holding these day trades overnight. You know, I've seen so many stocks delist in the last months, like so many stocks. SPRC will be, ooh, no, okay, actually, it needs more time on the daily, but it looks very nice. I'm thinking that it's gonna pop today, maybe up to the, let's see, yeah, I wonder, or actually create a new, I'm not gonna trade this today, but I'm looking at this, and in one way it looks like it lost momentum, but in another way it looks strong, just waiting for the 10-day to catch up. So nothing that I'm gonna trade today, but it looks very interesting for a future play. I'm just gonna mark this blue for now, so that it's interesting in the coming days. Let's see, HARP. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's the one I was, no? SMX? HARP. Which one was I looking at? Oh, it was APLT. Oh, I have to see. Oh yeah. I was talking about the first green day, but I mean, look at this now. This one is gonna be on the watch list today. It is a bit soon. I would be interested if it pops over here today, and then I'll find some type of entry on the lower time frame. Is my idea. So let's mark it. He's waiting for this as a first green day, if it pulls back, but nothing yet. ASMB, same here, waiting for this to, I think, what do I think? I think it needs one more day, so maybe tomorrow. OPGN. It's a tough one. I would love to see one day not breaking this 133 area. That would be nice. But it's I've seen so many of these lately that I'm really not sure. Really not sure. But also look at this one. It has a history of gapping up, sideways, gapping up, sideways. So I don't know. It's a tough one. RDHL. No. Nothing. Actually, mark this red. Jagex. Ooh. Okay. It's ready. It is ready. Waiting for either a 1 hour trigger in this area or a perfect 15-minute trigger. So this one is in the place for today. FSL, nothing. PRZO. It feels a bit early. I would be interested if it pops over here to find a lower time frame entry. But I didn't like how... Oh wait. Okay. Tough one. It peaked above the highs, and usually that means a bigger shakeout is coming, but we'll see. If it reclaims, that can be interesting. But again, not today. Maybe tomorrow. This one, finally, it's doing what I'm looking for. It's been building this too perfect of a trend line and like faking out so many times and just coming back. I took this entry the other day here. You can see it on the 15-minute chart right there. I took it on like a 5-minute time frame because I wanted to get in early, and they stopped me out and just roll over. So this is what I was looking for. If this one is to be played for me in the next week, I want it to create sort of a double bottom here and break the high of that W. That's going to be the actual entry for this to go maybe to the 30-cent area or even higher to maybe, you know, the 50-cent area. So not today, but certainly maybe next week. Nothing. Should be marked as red. Top. Huh. Okay. One trigger. Getting really interesting. Oh, maybe as a first green day today, actually. Because I was saying that, thinking that I'm not interested now until it gets over 228, but you know, that's a 10% move. It's a bit slow, but I'll mark it as a play today. Nothing. Finally coming down. So I'll mark this red. Fimi. I'm waiting for this one to show some sort of strength above the 150 area to fill the gap in the 390s. That's my idea of this one, but it's just slowly grinding lower. But it's, I don't know, it's a weird one. Sassy. Oh, this is the one I was talking about, because I have never seen this before. This type of a first green day. Had a big pop, gapped up, and then just bled down. Then it created this 2 days of higher lows, tightening range. But usually, this song is so loud. Usually, there's some nice like pre-market structure before a first green day. So I guess the structure here was the fake breakdown here in the pre-market, but it's such low volume that it was very hard to see this here. I mean, that's a little structure I would have needed to see, but it's too little, so I didn't have any conviction in this one. But you can see here in the first 15 minutes it held it actually never went down, it went straight up, which is quite interesting. So that would have been the entry, and yeah, also thinking that with many of these depending on the pre-market structure, when you are unsure of something like this, putting a stop limit order and you get like the halfway entry, maybe based on a bigger picture. Let's see, the fours, did it go down to the fours? Oh yeah, it did. Huh. So you can see here that the high of this candle on the 4-hour chart was $4. And when something goes too fast, usually it likes to test that level, not to the penny, but you know, when you're in this quick, maybe it's a good idea to get a trigger order to buy at like support instead of buying at the highest of the candle, because you know the risk is so much wider. And in this case, it would have worked. It's just interesting to gather these first Green Day moves to, you know, build a mental database and a picture database of how they work. So this is super interesting. But again, nothing today, or is it? Maybe I would want to see this one trigger. Okay, MDAI. Nice. I think this one is gonna look very good on the 2 minutes. Yeah, maybe in like 30 minutes after open, it's gonna be clear which direction this one is gonna take. Would be nice for this hour candle to close high, but not too high. That's what I'm looking for. So yes, very interesting today. Seco. This one I traded yesterday. It didn't do as I wanted it to, so I got out for I think a 10% gain. I thought it would fill this this 180 area based on like the 1-hour chart. So here I thought it would reach over this, the perk over this one, 186. It had a nice base, broke out with some nice volume, made a pullback that made my raised stop at a raised break-even stop. It held on the penny. I was so scared here. And then I thought, okay, we're good to go. Look at the volume, look at that. But then it just rolled over with the rest of the market. So it was just a bad day. And I sold it just before close for a small gain. So that's what I mean with these high conviction setups. I can get in at a quite early price, and then at worst, hopefully, my stop loss is break even or like 1 hour. But I'm giving it the room to go, you know, 50-80% with high risk, or lots of size. I mean, not high risk. But right now I don't really see anything until it maybe comes over this area, 131. So mark this blue, move it over here, and this one, whoo, I was gonna trade this yesterday, but I knew that it had a danger of delisting, but it was creating a very nice flag on a 1-hour chart with some nice volume, and I was watching it. I never traded it because it never triggered, but you know, it's gone. So imagine you get tilted and you put in too much money and you're like, oh, I'm gonna hold this overnight, it's gonna gap up, and then the next day, oh, you can't get your money back, it's gone. So remove, simple reminder to stay safe. And was looking nice, although it's gonna take more time. Maybe late day would be, if anything, but no, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's gonna, like it did here, come up here for a day and then rest a day and then go. So on Monday I would be interested in this one. Is my idea. Let's go. Let's get rid of it. Should it? Nah. It lost momentum, so I'm not gonna trade it today. ICU, I don't know, I'm just gonna watch it today. It's super interesting to see how this breakout is working, since it's actually working. The first one in so long that's acting how it should. And when you see 100 of these not work, you like, you don't feel very excited to take one of them because you're so um, you taught yourself that they don't work, but now here is one that actually works. So it's gonna watch every minute of the day to see how it acts, how it respects the levels on all the charts. This one, 2 green days. I guess, let's see, 40%. Okay. Can it have a third green day? 45%. Huh, interesting. Let's see here. This one and this one. It could maybe go late today if it's gonna have a third green day. So I'm gonna mark it blue and move it over here. Okay, let's see. I see TGL. Nothing, but it looks nice for a bounce maybe tomorrow. So nothing today. BPTH or TPST. This one, oh man, I traded this one, and I was using this new strategy of mine. It was up so much, and then it just went sideways, and then shook me out next morning, and then it went to my target. So I made a lid, or did I? No, I was out for break even, I think. I don't know. It got me tilted, but it is holding up, creating a nice range. Just looking for this one to maybe come over this area. Or actually, let's go here. I want to see if it shows any strength here, but nothing today. BPTH. Oh, okay, so this was a first green day attempt. Oh, I was talking about this one. Yes, it never triggered. That's nice. Had a little pop late day, but nothing that I would have played. So that's nice to see. Gonna mark this red. Is it completely gone? Today it is gone. Maybe tomorrow if it pops today. NKTX finally coming down. This was insane. I saw this this setup here on the 15 minutes. The last time we had these plays was let's see on the S&P here. The last time we had this type of plays was here, which was in April. We had them every other day, but I hadn't seen them before, so I was very afraid. But now I'm seeing them again, which is super interesting. Every single arrow here is like a 10 to 80 R opportunity. Massive opportunity. And we had them the other day here, 2 of them. But then as soon as we fell under here, we were back to nothing. Let's see, where was I? NKTX. So this is interesting. You can... Usually I traded this on the 2-minute chart, but then I overtraded because I was zooming in too much, and I realized you have to use the 15 minutes. So basically you're in at 191, and you have 105% upside, and your big risk is this level 180, which is 5%. But then you can quickly raise the stop on as the trend goes higher. And you can see here each 15-minute candle is closed higher. So that's beautiful to see. It was two of these that day. I missed them. I had to change some criteria in my scanner, but it was so cool to see them again. And today, what am I doing? Nothing. Maybe tomorrow a first green day. Could be something. So move up SPR. Well, actually gotta check this one again, because the market opens. I have to be ready if there's a morning play. Wait, and I'm not really ready. I should have started earlier. Okay, gonna mark this IFBD. Ooh. Okay. What is this? This is... Let's see if we can get to this area. I have to zoom in on the 2 minute because there's not so much information here. But I like it. I like it, maybe. Maybe. SAP, MDAI, NXU. Okay, so MDAI is intact. But all depends. It jumped too high. So this 15-minute consolidation is it is, if it goes straight from in the morning, it actually could. Then this 1 hour chart could close higher. That would be ideal for a, you know, an insane move today. I don't know if there's any... No, nothing. Events, nothing. It's quite a new stock, so this one is actually super interesting. I'm gonna pause here. Whew, okay. Now I'm back. So everything is dumped, and we'll see. So I'll go through the last of the names here on my list. This one, man, it's so bad that I didn't have conviction on this day here. In this 24 area. This is what I saw. I saw this range, it broke, it closed days over the moving average, bottoming tails. I had this alarm on and I saw it, but you know, I didn't think much of it, and now it is higher. So that's also the thing when you have a super small account, that you don't have so much buying power that it would be worth for you like putting your whole account or half your account in this, because it's too high risk if it just gaps down. But if you have some extra size, then you can take these swing trades that are starting to work, you know, every now and then. So let's see, let's go. This one is not today. I'm just gonna put an alarm here. I would be interested. Maybe in 2 days. Nothing. It's just low volume grinding higher. But let's keep it. See what it looks like in a week or so. Oh yeah, this one is gonna be fun in, you know, I don't know, a few months. These IPOs can do insane moves once the chart sets up, so it'll be fun to see this one later. Next year maybe. This year. This one I should remove. Let's just go like this. Removed 1910. And I'll see maybe later if it was a good choice to remove this or if I should have kept it. Oh my god. That one play, if you think about bag holding because it's gonna go higher, and then man, look at that. Oof. Alright, let's look at the first green day here. It moved in a weird way. It showed like strength, but still weakness because it's consolidating too far up, and then it came down. So on this day, here you would have bought it. Maybe. In this perfect world of mine. I was just talking about how you can set the order lower after it triggers, and here in this case you could not. So but if you were risking this this bottom, lowest of the day, it was at 5%, and it did a 4-hour move. But why is it here? Did it do something yesterday? Yeah, it did. Look at these wicks. Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Let's see on this day though. Ah, even on the way up, just such a pump. Just halt pump does. How much did it do? Did 500% in the day without any patterns, just halting up and then bleeds for, you know, oof, months. Disgusting. Disgusting. Man, some things are really running. This one had a nice 4-hour setup here, but I don't think you would have been in it. When did it happen? Wait, where are we? Here. Depends on the 15-minute charts. Where am? Oh yeah, right. I didn't sync the. Yeah, if you had very small size, you would have been in. On. No, wait, it's pre-market. Yeah, it's pre-market. God damn it. Nope, you would have missed it. You would have missed it. The ideal entry, that is. Would have missed it. So, but it's not. You don't want the chart to look like this, you know, on the 1-hour chart. It's just too liquid. But it's fun to see the pattern working, you know. I don't know. Actually, gotta sync this again. I removed the sync, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's nice to have the sync. Oops. Okay. So right there, the 4-hour triggered, and then the 1-hour triggered here, which was nice with the 15 minutes. So this one would have been entry here, with the risk basically at the lows of the consolidation, but you can quickly raise your stop according to the 15 or the 1-hour closes. But yeah, it would have worked, but it's not really something I'm looking for. It's not no volume, but still fun to see the pattern work. Let's get rid of this over here. CEI. Man, I marked this entry on the day it happened. Here. Was it okay according to my strategy now? It was good on the 4-hour charts. The 1-hour chart was also good. Yeah, it would have worked. According to the system. Man. I guess if you go step down the time frames, you would have said, okay, it is a multi-day setup. The chart is showing strength over this 36 area. And then you go to the, let's see, where are we? Oh, okay, so it's under. But I guess, now, I guess, you know, on the day, I mean, when it's this close to breaking out, I assume, now I'm making quick conclusions here, but I assume that you would expect the day to go green somewhere. Seco, let's see, where am I? CI. Okay. Still, it's respecting the 4-hour chart, but it's floating too high on the daily. So I don't know. I don't know. Can it go crazy? Maybe. But unless this one gets up here, I'm not interested. Or maybe in at the 4-hour close in 2 hours. Okay, let's see here. CEI, I was talking about this, speculating. So my idea is that I'm expecting this to maybe go this day because it is getting close. So, but this type of play is not a first green day, so you don't buy the red to green move. Again, I'm just talking. So you wait for confirmation. When did this one close? Here. Yeah, so you have the daily picture in mind. Now you want 4-hour strength. And as soon as the 4-hour preferably closes over this area, but it doesn't have to close, it can just be hovering above if you see a setup on the 1-hour chart. And then once the 1-hour chart triggers here, you can even go down to the, in this case, not all cases, in this case you could go down to a 15-minute time frame and trail this. And here you can see it actually closed under here. So you wait for the 15-minute to come back, and now here you can buy based on the bigger setup, pretty much. And in this type of case you can risk the lows of the day because you're in this case, yeah. Again, hindsight, it worked, so it's I'm just talking, but this is my thinking now, that I need 4 sets of confirmation to get into a trade. And this is just an example of how I would think. And I wrote to, as I had this little arrow here, it's gonna go to 50-60 cents. Let's see where it went. 57 cents. But again, I didn't take the trade, so it doesn't really matter. I'm a pussy. Now I'm just waiting for my... Oof! Man. Disgusting. Look at this shit. Although, if you look at the very big picture of this stock, you can see this. Ever since the IPO, it just fell. It's been falling for 2 years. And then it got extended to the downside. So either it's gonna delist or it's gonna consolidate here for a while, maybe create a range on the daily, something like this. And once it gets back to this range, maybe in December, we can have a super nice move. So this one is definitely something to just have on some watch list somewhere, with the bigger picture in mind, pretty much. Just gonna put it here, okay. And then Zap. No, nothing. Zappy. Nice. Could have a bounce play here tomorrow, or maybe on Monday. I'm gonna look at it today. Okay, so this job I should have done before the market opened, but I know that it's not really a hot market right now, so I relaxed a bit today. It is 20 minutes after the open, and I haven't gotten any trigger of my ideas that I had today. This is the only one, but it's so illiquid, I don't know. Okay, my idea here is that the daily looks good, explosive move, went sideways, and then the daily chart triggered this 35 area, and then I put an alarm here on, wait, where I put it here, 40, I think, we're at 40, yeah, I got triggered, so yeah, I put it at 43, because usually once you have a weak candle like this, the chart usually likes to fill this weakness, and it did it instantly here, but there's no volume, so it's not really something I wanna play. But if this one is gonna go, although we have this huge bag hold candle here, so I doubt it's gonna go anywhere, but it could. But the idea is that it triggered, it filled the gap, so now it's just wait for a pattern on the 15-minute or the 1-hour chart, since the 4-hour chart is already showing strength. So I guess maybe if I see something in a few hours, could maybe play it. But right now it's just a waiting game. I mean, look at this. It's no volume. Disgusting. Disgusting. Tesla gapping down 7%. Just like it did over here. And then it took, if it goes higher, it took about 2-3 weeks from this point, which would match good time frame in November for things to be hot again if it goes higher. This one actually made a lower low. That's quite insane. This one is so far a higher low, but we'll see. It's fun to look at the large caps and see what they're doing. Anything more? I think my day trade scanner should activate in 9 minutes. So let's change to that. And pause for a little bit because nothing's happening. Okay, so I just got into Hub C, and it's gonna be fun to watch back on this this recording to see what I said about Hub C, because this is what I saw, and I think I had my smaller time frame charts too zoomed in, so I didn't actually see the full picture. So I can see that, well, it has been consolidating, proven itself, just creating higher lows, and then it broke out of this range today, like just now. I got my entry here at 49, actually 49.70, risking the lows of the day. So far, I don't know, kind of depends on how this candle closes. Would be nice if it closes, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna see what happens over the day. The risk is set, and MSS. Ooh, another IPO. Still nothing I can trade today, but I love these empty charts. Can be so good in the future. If we get a few months of a hot market, these ones can do, 500%. Let's see, Hub C, active trade. So yeah, the breakouts I've been taking the last couple of days haven't worked at all. But then you see something like ICU. No, which one was it? Oh yeah, ICU. Look at this one. Bam, gap up and just went straight up. So let's see what happened. It took a while though after it opened. It took like the whole day and then it popped. So just gonna wait, see what happens. So this is a swing trade, 2-3 day swing trade. Unless it goes crazy today, then I'll sell some profits at least. But that's it. So that means I'm not gonna be taking any more trades today probably, unless it stops me out. So, but it's fun to get a bit of a recap of what I've been thinking about while studying the last few weeks, since I haven't been updating. And I'm looking forward to this winter, both snowboarding and trading, because I think this winter is maybe. It all depends, It all depends. We'll see. No, nothing yet. But I'm starting to see some action in small caps, even though we are super bearish. So it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Great. Ciao.